Green 403 here, coming at you with another video about blowing myself up. Obviously, excuse me, you guys would know how I did that, right? I was making marijuana concentrates using combustibles. I was using butane, I was making shatter. I was a stupid kid. This was in 2010. And I went to this store called The Next Level on 17th Avenue and 36th Street, Southeast Calgary. That's The Next Level on 37th Street and 17th Avenue, Southeast Calgary. I went into that store and saw these things like honeybee extractors and all these cans of butane and stuff. And I asked the person working there, "What's this stuff?" And they said, "Oh, you fill this up with the pot and you blast this butane through it into a Pyrex bowl and you let it evaporate and you get this crazy wicked stuff to smoke." They didn't even know to call it shatter back then, right? So I'm like, okay, cool. I'll take a case of butane, I'll take one of these and I'll go home and try it out. And that's what I did. And I was living in a condo at the time. And I was running a business for my dad. And I had a pretty good life back then, you know, back in 2010. And yeah, then this happened. So I was at home making the shatter. And yes, I know this was stupid, but there was a candle and I thought I blew it out. I even saw the candle go out. But I didn't know the candle just like magically lit itself back up. And I didn't see it. And I started making the butane. I had done this butane shatter thing a couple times. Right, so this wasn't my very first time doing it now. I had done it a couple times, and I was making the shatter. And next thing I know, I hear some loud noises, and kaboom. I blew my condo up like fucking, pardon my language, like kingdom come, okay? So I'm in Calgary right now, and I'm going to show you guys the condo where I blew myself up, and I'll tell you a little more about it. So this is in southwest Calgary, just off of Elbow Drive. Little apartment condos here. And so, you know, I was in my bathroom making shatter. My place was a ground level suite, so we're walking there, but like right now, where we are right now is where you would have started to see the broken glass from all the windows and stuff of my condo complex that exploded. Yeah, so I blew myself up in this whole parking lot right here. So like right here where we are right now, there was broken glass all over this parking lot, okay? Now you see where the dumpster bin is there? We're walking towards that. Okay, the bottom unit there, where there's that orange thing on the bottom, okay? That was my unit right there, all right? So it was a ground level unit right here. And I was making shatter, and so you see that sliding door there between the truck and the dumpster right there? Okay, so that was completely blown out. There was no door left. The windows here, so that bedroom window right there and that one there was totally blown up, and this place here was all covered in glass, and people were starting to come flooding out of the building, and I came stumbling out with a burnt pair of pajamas on, and I was burnt. 100% of my body was burnt. So the broken glass was here. There was nothing but fire trucks, ambulances, and cop cars filling this whole parking lot when that happened. And so yeah, it was third degree burns to about 25% of my body, and first degree burns to the rest, right? So I was burnt from head to toe, right? So what I did was I got all my weed and all my paraphernalia and stuff, and I put it in bags, and I came out here to where my truck was parked, and I threw it all in my truck, and then I went back in to my condo and got a glass of water. Came back out, and that's when the cops were walking up to me, and so I put down over here, I set my glass of water down right on top of this, and I set my keys down right there like that. And my truck was parked actually in this parking spot right here. And yeah, that's when the cops came up to me and asked me what happened. I told them I was making fucking oil, and I blew myself up. And then the paramedics came up and told the cops they have to leave me alone and they got to take me to the hospital right now. And now I'm going to insert a couple pictures of what happened to me. So, like with the legalization of marijuana coming up in Canada, you know, you can't be selling this butane and these things and telling people to go home, telling freaking 18-year-old, 19-year-old kids to go home and try and make this stuff and blow themselves up, just like so many people I know have done what I've done, right? There needs to be licenses and permits for people to be using combustibles to make marijuana concentrates. And until that happens, remember where you heard this first, okay? Innocent people are gonna die, okay? So there's gonna be something that happens and some kids are gonna get killed in an explosion because of some idiot who did exactly what I did. Just went to a store and the employee in the store says, yeah, just buy this and go home and do this, you'll love it, right? Yeah, I didn't love it, it ruined my life. Completely ruined my life. And luckily I was able to recover, you know, and that was about 8 years ago that happened, and I recovered and I've rebuilt my life since then. But it was not easy. It was not easy. So remember what I said about the concentrates, guys, and the licensing and the permits. I love you.